The road winds through Buckhead like a memory Jamal can't escape. Polished driveways, manicured lawns, and houses that look like they've never known struggle. His old car coughs as it pulls into the circular drive of Aunt Dolores' home. It's been 7 years since he's crossed this threshold, and the scent of roasting turkey mixed with lavender air freshener hits him like deja vu. Through the bay window, silhouettes laugh, clinking glasses. He stands outside the front door longer than he should, the weight of being that cousin pressing on his chest. Inside, everything glows. Polished wood floors, curated smiles, and the kind of warmth that doesn't reach the bones. When Dolores opens the door, her words come wrapped in perfume and polite surprise. "Well, look who decided to show up." Jamal forces a smile. Family. The word always feels heavier than it should. Jamal sits in the living room corner, the noise of laughter and music buzzing like static in his ears. He watches Andre charm the room, telling stories about networking opportunities and expanding portfolios. Every sentence sounds like a flex. Jamal keeps quiet, smiling when necessary, sipping his drink slow. Aunt Dolores introduces him to one of Maya's business friends like he's an afterthought. This is Jamal. Hes, creative. The word hangs in the air like it needs explaining. When dinner's called, the family gathers, and Dolores waves toward the main table. "Family only," she says, laughing as she directs the kids to a smaller table near the kitchen. Jamal catches her eyes. She doesn't correct herself. He forces a grin and heads that way. Dinner begins with prayer and performance. Every blessing sounds rehearsed. Every amen delayed just long enough to be noticed. Plates clatter. Conversations overlap. Jamal sits at the small round table near the kitchen with 2 teenagers and a toddler. The kids' table, he tries to laugh it off, slicing turkey and asking about school. But the irony burns. From his seat, he watches the main table glow under chandeliers and hears his name mentioned once, softly, dismissively. His grandmother catches his eye from across the room and smiles. That silent, knowing smile that says, "I see you, baby." Midway through dinner, Andre raises a toast to family. Those who made it, and those still trying. Laughter follows, sharp and knowing. Jamal's chest tightens. He looks at Maya, who avoids his eyes. Aunt Dolores laughs lightly. "Oh, Andre, stop." But she doesn't really mean it. Jamal swallows the moment and lifts his glass too. Because silence feels heavier than pride, he tells himself he won't let it get to him. But the words, the glances, the little things, they collect. Every chuckle is a receipt. As dessert arrives, Jamal slips out to the patio for air. The night is crisp, city lights twinkling through the trees. He leans on the railing, exhaling a long-held breath. Inside, the laughter continues, muffled by glass. For a moment, he lets the cold bite his skin. Something honest, something real. Grandma Laverne joins him quietly, wrapping a shawl around her shoulders. "You don't owe nobody an apology for being yourself," she says. He nods, eyes misting, the weight in his chest easing slightly. When he looks back toward the glowing windows, the reflection of family flickers like ghosts behind the glass. The dining room hums like an engine running too hot. Andre talks stocks. Maya smiles through tension. Aunt Dolores plays conductor, making sure the conversation stays polished and proper. Jamal listens, half present, half somewhere else, counting the beats between laughter and silence. The kids' table behind him erupts in giggles, and for a second he feels safer there than at the big one. When Dolores asks Maya about her new luxury listing, Jamal can't help but glance around the table. A family built on image, every compliment wrapped around competition. His fork scrapes the plate too loud, and suddenly all eyes flick his way. "Everything okay, Jamal?" Dolores asks, voice dipped in concern, but sharpened by tone. He smiles, swallowing pride. "Yeah, Just enjoying the show. Maya excuses herself from the table, walking into the kitchen with a sigh. Jamal follows, pretending to refill his drink. In the quiet hum of the fridge, their small talk turns brittle. "You could come around more, you know," she says softly, not looking up. "It's not like I get invited," he answers. She hesitates, pouring wine, eyes flicking toward the dining room. "You know how Auntie is. She means well." "She means control," Jamal cuts in. The air thickens. Maya's shoulders slump, her guard slipping. "We all just trying to make her proud, Jay." He watches her, realizing she's more trapped than he thought. "Yeah," he says, voice low. "But what cost?" Back in the dining room, Aunt Dolores begins her ritual, pulling out the photo album. "Let's look at how far we've come," she says, flipping through glossy memories of birthdays, graduations, and achievements. Jamal's absence in those pages is deafening. When she pauses at one from years ago, the whole family on the porch, his father's arm around him, her smile falters just slightly. "Lord, that was a time," she murmurs. Jamal swallows hard. No one speaks his father's name. The silence feels sacred and shameful all at once. "He'd be proud of y'all," Jamal says finally. Voice almost breaking, Dolores nods, not meeting his eyes. "Yes, we've done all right." The "we" hangs heavy, and Jamal feels the walls close in. Later, laughter resumes. Forced, but loud. Jamal stands to clear plates, an old habit he never outgrew. "Oh no, baby, we got people for that," Dolores says, half joking, half true. "He keeps stacking dishes anyway." The help, two young women from the catering service, move quietly around the room. One of them, Tiara, smiles softly at him, a flicker of recognition between two people used to being invisible. "You good?" she whispers. "Trying to be," he replies. She nods the kind of nod that means "I know that feeling." Behind them, Andre's voice booms again, filling the space with stories of success. Jamal looks at Tiara and feels, for the first time that night, seen. The night deepens. Outside, cicadas hum under the cold Georgia air. Inside, the family starts their post-dinner bragging game. Who's traveling where? Who bought what? Whose children got accepted where? Jamal sits back, face calm but distant. He's no longer angry, just tired. Grandma Laverne watches him quietly from her seat, her eyes soft with understanding. "Come sit with me, baby," she says, patting the chair beside her. He does. They sit in silence for a while. Words replaced by warmth. "Your daddy used to say, 'They can't uninvite your spirit,'" she whispers. He nods, eyes glistening. For the first time all night, he feels full. Not from food, but from being remembered. The laughter fades, replaced by the hum of memory. Jamal's eyes drift toward the old family portrait on the mantel, his father's hand resting proudly on his shoulder. The world slowed. The camera of his mind rewinds to a Thanksgiving long before the money, the marble floors, and the cold politeness. He's 10 years old again, sitting at a crowded table in their small West End apartment. The air is thick with fried chicken, cornbread, and Motown playing low in the background. His father's laugh fills the room, a sound that made everything okay. One day, Jay, his dad, says, "Carving turkey. You go and host Thanksgiving yourself." His mother kisses his cheek and says, "And don't forget to invite your rich Aunt Dolores." Everyone laughs. The sound feels warm, not perfect, but honest. In the memory, the room buzzes with cousins, uncles, aunties, all talking over each other, all alive. Aunt Dolores was different back then. Younger, louder, with hoop earrings and wild curls. She wasn't yet the queen of presentation. She danced with Jamal's mom to the OJs while the kids clapped along. "Family is all we got," she said between laughs, slapping her sister's arm affectionately. Jamal remembers thinking she was magic then. Now, the echo of her younger self feels like someone else entirely. Later that night, young Jamal sits on the couch beside his father, who's watching the end of a football game. "You ever notice how your Aunt Dolores don't eat much when she's around people?" his father asks with a grin. "She feed in her pride more than her stomach." Jamal giggles, and his father leans closer. "You remember this, son. Don't ever let money make you feel smaller or taller than nobody else. It's just paper. Character's what stays when paper burns." Jamal nods, those words sinking deep. Words he'll forget for years but never lose entirely. The flashback bends again. Now the apartment is quieter, smaller. Jamal's mother sits by the window, folding laundry. A box of unpaid bills sits on the counter. His father's laughter is gone, replaced by echoes of absence. Dolores visits wearing pearls now, her hair straightened, her voice careful. She hugs Jamal stiffly, handing his mother an envelope. "For the boy," she says, eyes darting away. That envelope would keep the lights on for 2 more weeks. Pride was the price that day, and Jamal felt it even as a child. The moment family started to mean something you owe. Back in the present, Jamal blinks, the photo still in his hand, the laughter from the next room muffled by distance. His throat tightens, his heart caught between past and present. He realizes that somewhere between those 2 Thanksgivings, the word family got redefined, not by love, but by leverage. He sets the photo back on the mantel gently, as if not to disturb the ghosts it holds. "Miss you, Pops," he whispers under his breath. Outside, fireworks crackle faintly in the distance, though no one else seems to hear them. The night stretches long, wine glasses clink, laughter grows louder, and words lose their filters. Aunt Dolores leans back, cheeks flushed with pride and Chardonnay. "It's a blessing," she says, "seeing everybody doing well." Even Jamal found his way back home. The room chuckles politely, the kind of laugh that says we don't mean no harm. Jamal smiles thinly, nodding. "Yeah. Just passing through," he says, voice flat. Andre jumps in. "You still driving Uber, bro? Gotta respect the grind." Everyone laughs again except Maya, whose smile falters. "You know?" Jamal replies quietly. "At least I know where I'm driving." The air sharpens like broken glass. Dolores lifts her glass higher, tone shifting. "We all just want you to do better, baby. You got too much potential to waste it." Jamal looks at her, the polite smile gone. "Or maybe I already did better. Just not your kind of better." Silence. Heavy, beautiful silence. Dolores laughs it off, trying to smooth the edges, but the crack's already there. "Don't be so sensitive, nephew," she says, her tone sugar-coated with steel. "You know how this family teases." Jamal leans back in his chair, the tension in his jaw visible. "Yeah," he says, "I remember. Y'all been teasing me since before I knew what failure was." Andre shifts, smirking. "Come on, man, it's just jokes." "Nah," Jamal says, eyes cutting toward him. "Jokes come from truth." For a moment, the air is still. Even the background music fades in his head. "You ever notice," he continues softly, "how every time I walk in this house, I'm a story y'all tell to make yourselves feel more thankful?" His voice trembles, but doesn't break. Dolores opens her mouth to respond, but nothing comes. Dolores exhales sharply and sets her glass down. "You got a chip on your shoulder, Jamal," she says, voice trembling between anger and guilt. "Nobody hears against you." "Then why I always feel like I'm auditioning to be family?" He shoots back. The room falls completely silent. Maya closes her eyes, whispering, "Gee, but he's already standing." Every year, y'all sit around talking about blessings like they on sale. Y'all don't even pray no more. You just list what you bought. His words slice through the air. Dolores' face hardens. "You ungrateful boy," she says, her control cracking. "After everything this family's done for you? Done for me?" Jamal laughs, low and bitter. "You mean done to me?" Andre stands now too, puffing his chest like backup. "Yo, chill, man. Ain't nobody trying to fight over dinner." Jamal turns to him, voice steady. "That's the problem, Dree? Y'all think this is a fight." It's just the truth finally standing up. Grandma Levern coughs softly, her old voice trembling. "Sit down, baby. Don't let them take your peace." But Jamal can't. The years pour out. The side comments, the exclusion, the silence. "You know what hurts," he says, eyes on Dolores. "Even when you say, family, it don't sound like it includes me." He picks up his jacket from the back of his chair. The room breathes heavy and uneven. "But that's all right," he says quietly. "I'll enjoy your blessings." Jamal heads toward the foyer, his footsteps echoing against marble. Behind him, the murmurs start. Excuses, whispers, attempts to rewrite what just happened. He doesn't turn back. As he reaches the door, Grandma Lavern's voice calls out softly, "Jamal." He stops. She looks at him from her seat, eyes glistening. "Your daddy'd be proud you spoke your truth," she says. He nods once, blinking back tears. The front door opens to the night's cool breath. He steps into the quiet, the sound of laughter fading behind him, replaced by the heartbeat of freedom. The night air cuts through Jamal's jacket as he sits in his car. Headlights off, engine cold. His phone buzzes. A text from Maya. "Don't leave yet, please," he exhales, head leaning against the steering wheel. Moments later, she steps outside, heels clicking against the driveway. She slides into the passenger seat, the smell of Chardonnay and tension following her. "You didn't have to go off like that," she whispers. Jamal looks at her. "You didn't have to stay quiet." Silence. The house behind them glows like a museum. All display, no soul. "They love you," she says. "They just don't know how." He nods, eyes wet but unbroken. "Yeah," he says softly. "And that's the part that hurts." Maya returns inside, leaving Jamal in the car. He watches her silhouette fade into the warmth, then turns the ignition. Before he can drive off, a voice startles him. It's Tiara, still in her catering uniform, walking toward the gate with trash bags. She smiles when she sees him. "You okay?" she asks. He chuckles softly. "Define okay." She leans against the fence, arms crossed, the moonlight soft on her face. "You ain't crazy for speaking truth, you know. Most people choke on it before they ever say it out loud." Jamal looks at her. A stranger who somehow understands him better than blood. "Thank you," he says, "for seeing me. That's what folks forget," she replies. "Everybody wanna be seen, but nobody wanna look." Inside the house, the party winds down. The caterers begin cleaning, laughter fading into murmurs. Aunt Dolores supervises with her usual precision until one of the staff approaches her holding a white envelope. "Ma'am," she says, "we just wanted to confirm this before leaving." Dolores frowns, taking the paper, a catering invoice printed bold across the top. She opens it and freezes. The bill for thousands of dollars is addressed not to her, but to Jamal Turner. Her lips part, unsure whether to laugh or feel insulted. Andre snickers. "Guess the universe knows who to charge." Dolores forces a smile, folding the paper neatly. "I'll handle it," she says, her voice shaking. But Maya, watching from the hallway, sees the truth she wants. Maya rushes outside, invoice in hand, calling Jamal's name. He's still by his car, talking quietly with Tiara. "Jaish!" she yells. He turns, concern etched across his face. "What's wrong?" She holds out the envelope. "They sent the bill to you." He looks at it, almost laughing. "Of course they did." His chuckle fades into something heavier. Ain't that fitting? Even when I don't eat at the table, I'm still paying for the meal. Maya shakes her head, tears streaming. You don't deserve that. It's fine, he says softly, staring at the paper like a mirror. They can keep their feast. I'll build my own table. Jamal folds the invoice and tucks it in his pocket. You gonna pay it? Maya asks quietly. He smiles faintly. Already did, he says, in ways they'll never understand. He turns to Tierra, offering a small nod, gratitude, respect, recognition. Then to Maya, he says, take care of Grandma. She nods, voice trembling. She believes in you, Jay. He steps back toward his car, headlights flaring to life. As he drives off, Tierra watches him go, her reflection caught in the rearview mirror. A ghost of kindness. Inside his car, the silence is peaceful for once. The bill in his pocket feels lighter than it should. Outside, the mansion fades, and for the first time in years, Jamal doesn't feel like the one who left. He feels like the one who's finally free. Atlanta hums like a restless heartbeat under the night sky. Jamal drives with no destination. City lights streaking past like old memories. The rain starts again. Soft but steady, tapping against the windshield like a rhythm he once played on his father's old drum set. He passes through neighborhoods that raised him, now gentrified into something unrecognizable. Coffee shops where corner stores used to be. Yoga studios where churches once stood. The city moved on, and somehow he didn't. Pulling over by an old park, he kills the engine and sits in silence, the sound of the rain drowning everything else. You ever feel like you showed up too late to your own life? He whispers to no one. He gets out of the car, rain soaking through his jacket, and walks toward the empty playground. The swings creak in the wind. He sits on one, the cold chain biting into his palms, and lets the rain fall freely. The air smells like earth and memory. A streetlight flickers above, catching the steam of his breath. He laughs under his breath, shaking his head. Maybe the bill wasn't about money, he says softly. Maybe it was the cost of staying quiet all these years. He looks up toward the dark clouds, half expecting an answer from his father's voice. All he hears is thunder, soft, distant, honest. Hours later, Jamal finds himself walking into a late-night diner, one of those spots, open 24/7, where the coffee's bad but the quiet feels sacred. Tierra is there, sitting in a corner booth with a half-eaten slice of pie and her phone face down. She looks up, surprised but not shocked. Didn't think I'd see you again, she says. He smiles, sliding into the booth. Guess I'm predictable like that. They talk about nothing, about everything. Her story mirrors his in ways he didn't expect. A father gone too soon. A dream deferred by bills and responsibility. You ever notice, she says, the people who talk most about blessings usually don't know struggle? Jamal chuckles, shaking his head. Maybe struggle is the blessing, he replies. As the clock nears 3 a.m., Tierra leans back, watching Jamal trace circles on his coffee cup. So what now? She asks. He shrugs, eyes drifting to the rain-blurred street outside. Maybe I'll go see Grandma tomorrow. Maybe I'll finally record that song I keep talking about. She smiles. The one about finding peace. He nods. Yeah. Think I finally know what it sounds like. She reaches across the table, touching his hand. Don't lose that feeling, Jamal. Folks like you all make the world softer. He looks at her, the smallest smile breaking through. You might just be the realest thing that happened to me tonight. The diner grows quiet. Jamal walks Tierra to her car, the rain slowing to a drizzle. The street smells like wet asphalt and renewal. You gon' be all right, she says, opening her door. I already am, he answers. They share a brief hug, the kind that says everything without needing words. She drives off and Jamal stands there for a long moment, hands in his pockets, staring at the reflection of neon in puddles. Then, slowly, he hums a melody. Soft, broken, beautiful. His father's old tune, reborn. The first note of something new. Morning sunlight creeps across the worn streets of southwest Atlanta. The rain has passed, leaving puddles that glint like mirrors. Jamal drives slow, windows down, music low. His father's favorite gospel record humming through the static. The world feels softer now, quieter. He pulls up to Grandma Lavern's small brick house, the same one where every good memory of childhood still lives. The screen door creaks as he steps out, holding a grocery bag filled with flowers, cornbread, and the last bit of that diner pie. Inside, the faint scent of lavender and Vicks greets him like home. "Grandma," he calls softly. From the living room, her frail voice answers, "I knew you'd come back." Inside, Mrs. Laverne sits in her armchair wrapped in a pale blue shawl, sunlight hallowing her silver curls. Jamal kneels beside her, placing the flowers in a vase on the coffee table. "You didn't have to bring me nothing," she says, smiling gently. "Yes, I did," he replies. "You been giving your whole life." She chuckles. "That's what life's for, baby. Giving what you got, till it turns into love." They sit together. No words for a while. Just the hum of an old fan and the soft chirping from outside. "I made peace last night, Grandma," Jamal finally says. She turns to him, her eyes knowing. "Good," she whispers. "Now don't lose it trying to prove it." Jamal walks through the small house after breakfast. Photos on the wall tell the story of every generation that carried him here. His father smiling with grease-stained hands from long shifts. His mother holding baby Maya, Aunt Dolores before pearls and posture. He pauses at one old photo. The entire family in front of the original house. Everyone young and unguarded. "We was all happy then," Laverne says from behind him, her voice soft but clear. "Money made us comfortable, but comfort don't mean connected." Jamal nods, eyes misting. "Think, I finally get it now." She smiles faintly. "Took you long enough." They both laugh. Real, unforced, free. Later that afternoon, Jamal steps outside to fix the old wind chime that's been silent for months. The air is still and golden. As he hangs the final piece, the soft jingle cuts through the quiet. A sound like forgiveness. He sits on the porch steps, looking out at the neighborhood. Kids riding bikes, a man mowing his lawn, church bells ringing in the distance. He pulls out the crumpled catering invoice from his pocket, smooths it out on his knee, and smiles. Then he folds it once more and tucks it under the flower pot beside him. "Debt paid," he murmurs. As evening settles, Jamal stands by his car, the sky fading to deep indigo. Grandma Laverne sits on the porch, wrapped in her shawl, watching him with a peace only age can earn. "You leavin' again?" she asks. "Yeah," he says softly. "But this time, I ain't runnin'." She nods, her eyes reflecting the porch light. "Go build that table, baby. And make sure there's room for folks that need it." He smiles, tears glinting. Always he walks to his car, starting the engine. The radio hums, his father's song again. As he drives off, the camera lingers on Laverne, waving slowly, the chime whispering above her. Family, not by invitation, but by choice.